Me. Okay. Yes, this is box number 350, but they're not in order, so big freaking deal. This is, again, Oz Moving Company box. It's not perfect. I'm going to be moving all of this into a, whatchamacallit, a big diamond box. I mean big. 2 list minis going to here. It's going to be freaking heavy, but got to do that. So I think box 350 might be pining for the fjords pretty soon. Or I might use it for something else. A nice big square boxes you can store. Lampshades, yeah, lampshades. All right. And then other big stuff. So maybe I'll keep them. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get into this, right? Okay, first, kind of weird. I don't know how this got torn like this. Don't think this is my regular copy. I don't think I have it. I don't think so. But this is, I'll show you the size here. This, as you know, is the Library American Comics. This is Jack Kent's Kingaroo Volume 1. A wonderfully nice, friendly comic. Jack Kent is best known for the various picture books he's made. But this is just a fun, fresh, delightful, magical comic. I think adults and children will both enjoy it. And these, of course, Library of American Comics are just wonderful books. They do a great job with those over at IDW. Next, we have SpongeBob SquarePants. Comic crazy. Yes, there are SpongeBob comics. No more. Bongo is no more, and they were producing SpongeBob comics under license. Some great stuff. The free comic book issues. Oh, man. So if you're ever in a comic shop or in a dollar bin somewhere, whatever, cheapo, and you're looking for some good comics for you or your kids, try SpongeBob. Try any of the Simpson comics. Primo. Next, as you saw in the preview, in the thumbnail, Natural History Museum. Which Natural History Museum? Oh, London. Right. Antarctic Peninsula, A Visitor's Guide. Ever since I read about Endeavor, that beautifully illustrated photo book, I've just been intrigued by Antarctica, and there is the Banana Coast. Why is it called Banana Coast? Because it goes above the Arctic Circle. What parallels are we looking at? 65 all the way up to 70, 64, 63, 62, 61 is on the top of that map. 61 degrees south. And so it is actually, one, it is temperate for Antarctica. And two, it is not that far, relatively speaking, from Uruguay. Ushuaia? I don't know. Antarctic convergence. Yeah, that's where the Antarctic convergence is where the water temperature changes. See, there's the Antarctic Circle, that dotted line. Below that, south of that, during the summer, it is completely dark. Our summer, their winter. Yeah, it was confuses me. So this is a nice little hardcover travel guide. An Arctic Treaty in the back. What a mess that is. Origin of place names. That's nice. Nice little chapters in here. I guess this is the sort of thing I sold in the US for $30. NHM.ac.uk. What about that? Academic? AC? Yeah, it's kind of like, I guess, .edu here. So this is the sort of thing they probably sold on the various tourist ships that went down there. Most people when they visit Antarctica, that's what they do. They go to the peninsula, check out the penguins, Yeah, I'd go to the South Pole myself. And the more cool stuff is actually over by Mount Erebus, where where is it? Is it Scott Emmett's base, which is the U.S. joint U.S. New Zealand base right there near the Ross Ice Shelf. Yeah, you can see I know too much about Antarctica. But yeah, just a cool place, cool thing. All right, let's go back in here. A lot of this is stuff that, because it's an Oz box, it was stuff that was lying around my apartment, so I just tossed it in there, which is one reason why it's been smushed. We have Journey, The Adventures of Wolverine McAllister, Volume 2 by William Mesner Loebs, who's had his troubles, but a wonderful author and artist. Check out his work writing Wonder Woman, I believe, back in the 80s. Good run right after, one of the better runs, actually, after George Perez. We have Eckhart Tolle, Patrick O'Donnell, Guardians of Being. Just an example of what the book looks like. This was a print-on-demand, crowdsourced textbook called Atlas Black, Managing to Succeed. A manga textbook. Flat World Knowledge is the publisher. These, I think, are the separate single issues that are collected in here. 2010. ISBN, because I don't know if this exists still. It's out of Nyack, New York, 0982361884X. Again, I bought those because it was an interesting idea. Not bad. And again, it's nonfiction. By reading that book, you do learn a bit about how business and management. Here, $12 book I bought at Strand. Originally was $20. Charles Darwin on the Origin of Species, a graphic adaptation from Rodale. Yes, Rodale, the gardening people. And again, I think the illustrations are great, and the text is not great either, but it gives you a good introduction to a book that most people otherwise probably wouldn't have read, even though it's probably one of the most influential books of the 19th century. Yeah, 19th century. And then, fun fact, him and Lincoln share the same birthday. Exact same date. Here we have Alias Cat by Kim Deitch. I know I'm probably saying wrong, but that's how the Germans would do it. And again, he's got that wonderful style. His father was Gene, who did those really bizarre Tom and Jerry cartoons. But basically, he boiled Tom and Jerry down to its essence, so it's not bad. Here we have Volume 1 of Journey. I think both of these I've got as remainders. IDW printed these. Ooh, I got some good stuff in here. Okay, we have Doom Carousel. This might have been a freebie. I don't know. Let's see. Buy in the world. Might be nonfiction. Hurricane Irene in Brooklyn. I was just reading that on just came up on my Facebook page from a few years ago. A few years ago? Probably 10 years ago now. Let me collapse this order. And this is doomcarousel.com. And it's got a biography in the back. So yeah, nonfiction comics about, I guess, climate change. Velcro pants are awesome. At least I could do Volume 2. Webcomic, leasticould.com. One of those fun comics that I think is actually, I don't say matured, but gotten better as its age, as its as the author. Oh, and Cow Parade, New York. What do cows have to do with New York? I don't know. There was a secret tunnel. Because they had the meatpacking district down there. Now it's all been gentrified. But yeah, you had butchers in the Lower East Side, or Chelsea, I guess you could call it. And They would come across, everything was shipped in Manhattan. This is before the train hit New York. So stop in New Jersey. They would load the cars, the cattle cars, among other things, onto barges, float them across the Hudson. They would hit the piers, and they would just roll them off onto railroads, railroad trestles, railroad lines, and distribute it from there. But again, most people don't know that. They just saw a good idea and ran with it. And then we have, which does not include, one of the missing is David Lynch, who was going to do, it's kind of like the Beatles butcher cover sort of thing. It was just too palatable. The next is Stanford sponsors, Stanford artists, West Orange sponsors, New York artists, New York school artists. Oh, that's nice. The next of New York sponsors, BASF sponsored a lot of them. Barnes and God, a ton of them. BarnesandNoble.com, number 18. Now we were promoting the heck out of this because this was a great tourism book that summer. We had I wish I would have kept it. We had one of the blank cows on display. Kids came in and painted on it as part of the event to do this, and then it was on display as we sold the book. And I don't know what happened. I think we just tossed it, and I should have kept it. But again, where am I going to put it? Although my apartment at the time would have been getting on the subway would have been a mess. So Con Edison, here we go. Bookmark cow, cow tales. Big Apple Herd, a collection of stories from the Big Apple Herd. Right in front of our flagship store, one of the few books, Barnes and Nobles left in New York City, the Union Square store. So anyway, public art, yay. Tourism, yay. Okay. Rogue Trooper, Tales of Neworth, 01. Jerry Finley Day, Dave Gibbons, Colin Wilson, Alan Moore, Brett Owens, Cam Kennedy, 2000 ID. Need I say more? Well, yeah, you guys probably haven't heard of this. This is 2000 AD. With that alone. And it's one of those type of showcase essential type books, black and white, which most of the comics were back then already, for $20, and you get no pages, but that much comics. Satisfying chunk, man. Oh, Japanese version of Max Axiom. So it's like reverse manga. That's right. Even cooler, right? Lord knows what that says. Now you know how foreigners feel when they see our logos. Oh, a nonfiction book. This was the Obama story, The Boy with the Biggest Dream. And this was from thesoundbooks.com, which again this is in Korean. And, oh, no. It's Korea, but it's in English. Doesn't look like her, but if you read Becoming, you know the story. So again, biocomic. And wait, and as I mentioned earlier, there's the Darwin story with a CD-ROM in the back. Wow. Yeah, I remember when they used to put floppy disks in the back of books. Here we have an arc, The Canterbury Tales, adapted by Seymour Chwast. You know his style all over the place. Beauty and the Squat Bears, Emile Bravo. This is Yen Press. Picture book comics. Comics picture books. This is fun stuff. What do we got here? Nice hardcover edition. Oh, yes. The Spirit. Darwin Cook, Book 2. For a moment, brief 3-4 years, DC was publishing utilize their library, and they were able to do new Spirit comics. Written by Darwin Cook. Art by Darwin Cook for the most part, it looks like, too. What I would want to see either from DC or, I guess, Norton owns the rights to it. Whoever's publishing the Spirit now, I don't know. But what I would like to see, because in the original comics, when they were doing this, the Spirit, they were also doing backup stories in black and white. So it's like Batman black and white, but the Spirit. There's Harlan Ellison did one. To my knowledge, never a collected. So DC, if you can do it. And we have in a Barnes & Noble bag. Nook bag. Yeah, remember the Nook? Yeah. Okay. There is a book band. And here we have Habibi. And I thought, oh, this is Barnes & Noble? So maybe I didn't get it signed by him. Or just put it in the bag. I guess that's his signature there. If I remember correctly, he did his signing at a bookstore way out in Brooklyn over by the Costco. I went out there, missed the signing, but he still had copies. So I'll grab this. I also have an ARC somewhere. I have like in 3 different formats. Craig Thompson. He's one to watch. This, I think, is slightly problematic, but not. I don't know. Go online and see what other people say. And, okay, that pile's getting tall. We're starting one. But beneath that, on the very bottom, oh, wait, there's stuff on top of it. So better take this up first. Here we have, still in wrapper, Jane Williamson's Illustrated Masks. There are quite a few interesting authors on that cover. $50. Gauntlet Books. Stephen King. Don't recognize any of the illustrators except for Clive Barker. I guess you wouldn't consider Clive Barker an illustrator, would you? But I don't know what's up with all the comics. Here. Oh, man. DC Superheroes, the ultimate pop-up book from Matthew Reinhardt, the master. Most of those books you see now, especially the licensed one, come from him. A few others. Light up that segment. God, I probably should take the battery out of this. Wow, good thing you can just squeeze it down and pull it up. So, there's the back of that. Oh, I haven't even taken out the still minted battery. But whatever one's the easiest to open is what I'm. So, for example, there's Green Lantern. These fold out to little mini books or mini pop-ups. For example, there's Flash. Wow. And Green Lanterns of Earth. I don't know how many they're up to now. Shazam. Ocean. Oh, there's little mini ones in here. There's a Shazam. Is that another pop-up? Holy frickin' heck. That is just crazy. Oh, cool. I'll put that underneath there again. I think I turned that a little white so get out. Is there one on this side? Nope. All right, so all sorts of inserts. So you have the Green Lantern, and then you have a pull out to Flash, and you have another pull out to Aquaman, and that pops out against his Shazam. Ooh, scary. No. Okay, so originally $30 back in the day. Spot varnish, I don't know if it's aging well or not, but I think the one that started this whole series was Star Wars. This was licensed to Little Brown. Stick the stuff on there. Come on, come on. I'm starting to tear a little on there. That's all right. Mint in bag. Okay. And the occult files of Dr. Spectre, part of the Dark Horse Archives. Very lightweight, meaning they've used newsprint. $50. They have a whole series of the old Gold Key Western hero stuff. The funny and a lot of the 4-color stuff isn't getting reprinted because of licenses. Well, they have done all the Tarzan. Oh, there's the rest. There's the other cover of maybe that is my. Oh God. Maybe that is my copy. Oh well, we can always mend that later. Dwight von Zimmerman and William von Zandt doing a graphic history of the Vietnam War. I don't know if their war comics from the 80s have been collected or reprinted. Here we have Bone Volume 2, Quest for the Spark, which was the sequel. Licensed by Jeff Smith. I think he did some spy illustrations, but written by a friend. Don't think it went anywhere. Next we have Judge Dredd, Grant Morrison, Mark Millar, Carlos Esquerra, Mick Austin, Crusade, and Frankenstein Division. Color? $17, not a bad price. Next we have The 10 Seconders, Rob Williams, The American Dream, Rob Williams, Dom Reardon, Mark Harrison, also 2000 ID, Earth, the Near Future. Humanity has all but been destroyed by a race of superpowered beings who initially offered to help mankind, but really intended to rule them. Those who fight back against the tyranny of the gods are nicknamed the 10 Seconders, so called because that is the average life expectancy. Those brave enough to battle the overwhelmingly powerful opposition. So superheroes battling aliens. In a dystopian future. Oh, and Farscape. Autographed on the cover. I never understood why people do that, but I have no idea whose signature that is. One of those people, I guess. And then, oh God, that just hurts. Hair Shirt by Patrick McCone. I think this might have been damaged in transit. I don't know. But, oh, God. Okay, well, Self-Made Hero. This is probably a free book, so it doesn't hurt that much. I'm just going to press the hell out of it and let it be in the cow. Because of that, the cover's bowed. Pardon my language. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, America at War, Michael Uslan. Best of DC War comics. Back in the 70s. And I don't think I got him to sign this when I met him. Also by, and this is back in the day, the Comic Book in America, the Comic Book Revolution, the Pow, Zap, Wham Comic Book Trivia Quiz with Bruce Solomon, the Rock and Roll Trivia Quiz book with Bruce Solomon, and the TV Trivia book with Bruce Solomon. And 1979, great DC War comics. Later, he became one of the executive producers of Batman. So all the good Batman movies ever produced, mostly because of him. But he got produced at all, or because of him. If you're wondering, 0671249533 is the hardcover edition. This, of course, is the paperback, which originally was $7. You know, and I pay. Wow, really? This was $7. Inside it says $4. Okay, Korean button there. Good war stories. Here we have an arc, I believe. Yes, of Swallow Me Whole by Nate Powell. Great talent. He's the illustrator of March, among other things. And we have Captain America: The Crusade Against Evil by Robert Jewett and John Shelton Lawrence. The Dilemma of Zealous Nationalism Yeah, Patronazi. So basically, according to Jewett and Lawrence, American civil religion has both a humane constitutional tradition and a violent strand that is now coming to the fore. And this was published back in 2003. Google American Monomyth. Good stuff. Pretty good authors, too. And one last book. And it's a great one. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And then there's also Alexander Who's Not, Do You Hear Me? I Mean It, Going to Move, and Alexander, He Used to Be Rich Last Sunday. Special limited edition, Alexander in color. They colorized that font. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's a nice way of doing it. I think I'll move to Australia. I tried to go to New Zealand. I ended up in New Zealand, but it's too difficult to immigrate, so I had to come back to the U.S. That was in 1994 before the contract in America. Little did we know. Okay, so that's the end of that box. I have another one, same size. They're both probably going to go in this big diamond box. But I hope you, again, I always hope you enjoy this. Critique, comment, criticize, share. Oh, God, that hurts. I hate when books are damaged like that. But anyway, in case they're this is not water damage, I guess. So thanks for watching. I'm going to do immediately another one. I got another box of these right below it. So I'll see you real soon. Bye. Thanks, bye.